day. 190 to 166.
There's Apple's under pressure.
You buy stocks on Tuesday and sell them on Friday.
Market is as volatile as you'll ever see.
Traders saying this is the craziest day they have ever seen in these markets. Veteran traders saying they've never seen anything like it. The movement in oil.
Hello guys, it's Max here from Daily Market Movements. Welcome to another episode where today we're going to be analysing the Nasdaq100 futures chart. Just before I start today's video, anyone who's interested in joining my signal service, please do not hesitate to visit my website, dailymarketmovements.com. I charge a very small joining fee of $29.99. Now let's have a look at the Nasdaq100, a huge rally during today's trading session. That's because we've had some strong economic data. And of course, we just come off the back of 2 negative days. So it's nice to see the bulls pushing us higher here. And, it looks very likely that we're going to go and target that 0.382 February, which is all the way up at around 13,250. So we could have another 50 points to rally here during today's trading session. But that's not the problem. We could easily break above that, but then we're met with the 200-day EMA. And as previous chart patterns would suggest, the 200-day EMA has been a problem in the past. It's typically an area where we do seem to roll over. And, this market is still in a downtrend, despite this fantastic bull run that we've had as of recent. But the likelihood, guys, is that it is just going to be another bear market rally. We're up around 21%. This is fantastic, but this is very typical in a bear market. And I know it's very hard to understand that when times are so good. I think in the past 2 weeks alone we're up over nearly 7%. So it's been fantastic for the bulls. But I think this is an area now where you just need to take profit. If you were fortunate enough to be buying down at these low areas, this is an area where you have to be cautious and start taking profits. Okay, worst comes to worst, the market breaks above the 200-day EMA, and then you buy back in around 13,700. Okay, yeah, sure, you might have missed a few percentage points, but if we think of a scenario which is best case is that you take profits here, then the market really starts to aggressively roll over and we go back down to the lows. Well, that then gives you the opportunity to buy all the way back up to the previous level, and that gives you 19% upside potential here in the Nasdaq100. So I think this is definitely an area where you do need to start being cautious, take some money off the table. Many of my viewers here on YouTube know that my bias is bearish. I think that we will get stopped here and start to roll over back down towards the 50-day EMA, which is at around 12,400. And then once we break down there, I think that's when, as we go into September, which historically is a very tricky month for the markets, that's when we will go and retarget the lows. But, I think this is positive. I think as we go into Friday, the markets will continue to rally a little bit here. I don't think that there's much room for us to go much higher here, but I do believe that we will continue to rally as the jobs number will most likely be below estimates, which of course is good news. We're currently trading in an environment where good news is bad news and bad news is good news, because then that means that the Fed doesn't have to hike as aggressively if there's signs that the job market or the labour market is starting to weaken. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. But then again, you have to ask yourself, could it be a case where, is it buy the rumour, sell the news scenario that could potentially play out on Friday, where we get the worst, the bad news that, or the good news, sorry, that the job market is starting to cool off for the bulls here. And then, the market may potentially sell off because we've had such an extensive rally going into the jobs number. So, these are questions to be asked. Of course, I don't have a crystal ball, but, that's definitely something that has to be looked at. But ultimately, I think that, if you buy here, you're a fool, because the upside potential is very limited compared to the downside potential here. So I definitely wouldn't be buying in up at these highs. Let the market play out. If you are a bull and you completely disagree with my analysis here, then still just wait until you do get that confirmed breakout, and then that's an area where you can then buy back up towards the all-time highs. But until then, we're still in a downtrend, guys. We're still trading below the 200-day EMA. It's very important not to forget that.
190 to 166.
There's Apple's under pressure.
You buy stocks on Tuesday and sell them on Friday.
Market is as volatile as you'll ever see.
Traders saying this is the craziest day they have ever seen in these markets. Veteran traders saying they've never seen anything like it. The movement in oil.